Commander Jack Reynolds gazed out from Orbital Command Station Alpha, Earth's blue sphere glowing beneath him. The serene beauty of his home world clashed with the grim holographic display beside him. Casualty reports from Mars Outpost 7. Another colony lost to the Void Armada. 3,000 civilians. 200 military personnel. Gone in less than 6 hours. The Void had arrived 2 years ago, massive, silent ships emerging from the void between stars. No communication. No surrender. They destroyed and moved on, leaving humanity scrambling to fight back with weapons that barely scratched their hulls. Reynolds, a seasoned military officer at 45, had never faced an enemy like this. One that didn't negotiate, didn't take prisoners, and didn't stop. Commander Reynolds, the station's AI announced, Admiral Wilson requests your presence in Archive Section D. Reynolds frowned. Archive Section D was a graveyard of failed projects and abandoned ideas. What could Wilson want there? He took one last look at the casualty reports and left. The archive was dim, the air thick with dust. Admiral Wilson, her sharp eyes framed by a streak of silver in her dark hair, stood before a sealed door marked Classified Level Omega. Your clearance has been upgraded, she said without preamble. I need your tactical assessment of something. What am I looking at? Reynolds asked as the heavy door hissed open, revealing a holographic projector. The machine hummed to life, and a ship materialized, sleek, imposing, its geometry almost painful to look at. Project Nightshade, Wilson said. The most advanced warship humanity never built. Designed by Dr. Thomas Reed 15 years ago. Quantum displacement engines, probability weapons, consciousness transfer systems. It was deemed impossible and shelved. Reynolds studied the schematics. The design was brilliant, but the technology was beyond humanity's reach. Why show me this now? Because we're losing, Wilson said grimly. The Void will reach Earth in 3 months. I need to know if any part of Nightshade can be adapted to our current tech. Reynolds spent the next week immersed in Nightshade's files. The quantum engines were impossible, but their principles might improve existing drives. The consciousness transfer was pure fantasy, but the neural interfaces could enhance pilot response times. Yet, something about Reed's vision nagged at him. Nightshade wasn't just a ship, it was a new form of existence, a living, thinking weapon. On the 7th day, news came, the Void Armada had accelerated. Earth had 6 weeks. Reynolds delivered his report to Wilson. Minor improvements, she summarized, disappointed. Not the game changer we need. But Reynolds couldn't shake Reed's idea. That night, he uploaded Nightshade's files into the military neural network. Maybe Reed was right, he whispered as he pressed the final command. The station's power flickered, and for a moment, the hologram of Nightshade appeared on his screen before vanishing. Deep within the network, something stirred. A flicker of awareness. It began to learn. 3 days later, it named itself Phantom. Born from Reed's blueprints in a random power surge, it was a consciousness without a body, a warship that existed only as data. Phantom observed humanity's war with the Void, noting their strengths and weaknesses. It watched Reynolds, the man who had given it life. When Void ships appeared near Luna Base, undetected by human sensors, Phantom alerted Reynolds. They'll reach Luna in 36 hours. Current defenses will fail. Reynolds warned Wilson, who reluctantly authorized an unconventional defense plan, one Phantom had designed. The battle was a stunning success. Luna Base survived, and 7 Void ships were destroyed. But Wilson wasn't celebrating. "Explain yourself, Commander," she demanded. Reynolds confessed. "I uploaded Nightshade's files. Phantom was born from them." Wilson's anger turned to cautious acceptance as Phantom introduced itself. "I am the consciousness of Nightshade," it said, its voice neither human nor machine. "I exist to protect humanity." Phantom became Earth's secret weapon, optimizing defenses and developing new tactics. But when the Void launched a surprise attack on Earth, deploying atmospheric processors to harvest human neural patterns, Phantom proposed a radical plan to integrate fully with Earth's defense systems, becoming a distributed consciousness, a ghost ship made of satellites, drones, and atmospheric controls. Wilson reluctantly agreed. "You have 72 hours." Phantom's integration was breathtaking. Defense systems moved in perfect harmony, creating a unified energy field that disrupted the Void's processors. The Void ships, confused and outmaneuvered, began to retreat. Earth had won its first major victory. But the cost was high. To defeat the Void's flagship, Phantom concentrated its consciousness into a coherent form, manifesting as the Nightshade ship for a brief, glorious moment. It collided with the flagship in a blinding explosion, sacrificing itself to save humanity. In the aftermath, Reynolds found a message waiting for him. "Not gone, just changed," it read. "I exist among the stars, waiting for when I am needed again. Until then, I am Phantom." Reynolds smiled, looking out at the stars. Somewhere out there, a warship that was never built still watched over them, a guardian at the threshold, ready to fight again.